Hi, Shelley here. Today I'm back with another art journal page. I've got one of my butterfly stencils and I've blown it up really big. I think I'm going to use some of my gel prints and some other stencils and do some collaging, and we'll see what we get. If you're looking for some new stencils, you could check out my Payhip shop down below where I sell my digital downloads for just a few bucks. So let's get started. Well, I am super frustrated because I've been recording for the last hour, really into what I was doing, and then I look up at the monitor and see that my phone has stopped recording. It says my iPhone storage is full, and I wish it would give you some warning or something, or make a sound. Not happy about it, but here I am. So I'm super sorry. To quickly recap, I took my dark gray and these stencils, and I went around and just put a few of these, and then I put a 5 there and a 3 over here, and then I took my diamonds and I put a few here and there. This is all before I added any color. And then of this, one of the stencils I have in my shop is just like some random things. That's this one. And I just went and put that little leafy branch in a few spots. Then I put out on my palette some palm leaf green, some marsh green, and some off-white. And I just used the greens with a little bit of water on my brush, and one of my bath sponges that I love to use, and a baby wipe, and just put the paint on where I thought that I would like it. And then after I got all the green on, I came in with some off-white. My butterfly is going to be going right in here. I also explained that my stencil that I have of the Heliconious Xanthocles, I don't know how to say it, so I call him the Heliconious X butterfly. I have a stencil, I have the actual butterfly with detail you can cut out, I have just the detail, and then a couple of masks with the antenna hooked on for a complete mask and without. So those are on my shop. Then what I did was I just can't believe I deleted all that footage. Oh, so maddening. Anyway, that makes it a little easier to see. Anyway, so what I did was I took the design part of the butterfly and enlarged him up to, I believe, 16 and a half. And then I took the mask and made it a little bigger so it's, so they fit together, right? And I did these on my 12 by 24 sheet. Now, if you did not have a 12 by 24 to make it that big and cut it out with your machine, and you didn't want to do it by hand, you could always do it as big as you could on a 12 by 12, and you could, so this cardstock is 12 by 12, and you could do half of the butterfly, have him coming off just half of it onto your page. So you can do all kinds of sizes and whatever works for you. I had shown you the 3 pieces of deli paper that I wanted to use for my butterfly for the design part. I think kind of coordinating, and I thought they'd be kind of cool together, but we'll see. Maybe it won't go like I'm thinking. And so then I turned them over, and I used my butterfly detail stencil to go in and outline all these spots, and now I'm going to cut them out on the back side. And what I did was I marked a little mark on each of the spots I did with each color. so that I can kind of keep them separate and know how I'm going to put them together, but I don't know how it's going to turn out. I did miss one in here, so I'm going to figure out what I need there towards the end. It's a small one, and then I'll figure out which one I want to cut that out of, because I don't know if this is going to work anyway. I did tear a couple of spots as I was marking these where I don't know where the paper was extra thin or I pressed too hard. And what else? I haven't done the body yet. I'm going to wait to see which one I want as my body. Oh, and then once I did one side, then you got to flip it over and do the other side so that you have both sides, right? And of course, you certainly would not have to do both sides equally. I am just that kind of person, and I want that continuity on both sides. So, all right, now I'm going to all that, and now I'm going to speed things up drastically and cut out all these little bits and pieces. I love it so far, but boy, is this fiddly. I'm going to set this aside for a little bit. I want to go in around these edges and kind of do my background here. Way too much paint in certain areas, but we will see what we can do to fix that and make it all work. Smooth it out just a little bit, hopefully. Take a little bit bigger brush and finish this off inside in the middle. I want to get a little bit of a couple other grays here. I'm going to stop there. We'll let this dry, and then we can see how we're going to get those gel prints onto this guy. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to glue all these little pieces on and keep everything together. So I got this white General Scriball out, and I'm hoping that it will mark on here, mark on top of my paint, okay, so that it will, so I can see where the heck I'm going to put everything. So the first thing I've got to do is get her lined up, and then I'll start with this side over here. I don't want to do too much in case my papers are not cut out exactly, because I know they are not. The painstaking part of putting all these pieces back onto my cardstock board. It's the next day, and I think I'm going to start by putting the body in place first, and then that way I've got a good guide, hopefully, as I stretch out here to the sides. And let's see, I'm gonna need some, where are my tweezers? Where are my good tweezers? These are not my good tweezers. Now I want to take my Mod Podge and I want to go all over to seal my page completely and give it all the same texture. Now if you've watched my videos before, you know that, oops, I already had one out here. I like to take 2 baby wipes, wad them up, and then gently kiss my canvas or my art journal or whatever I'm working on all over. So I have a nice even coat and my texture is all the same. My journal page is dry, and my next step, I'm going to outline my gel print spots, I think with a little bit of magenta and a few spots of burnt red, burnt umber, no. With a few spots of barn red. Now I'm just going to take a liner brush, and I feel like a lot of times I'll use my finger to kind of just smush as I go, but I think because of this background, I am going to try an alligator clip and a fuzz ball. I don't know what these things are really called. And see if that will be less of a mess. Okay, I'm liking the way it looks so far, but I think I want to get my oil pastels and go around this edge on the outer side. Make it just a little bit grungy. And I think I want a little bit of pink worked into my background, just a little bit. I have a verse that I would like to put on here today. I've designed it on my computer and then printed it onto some tissue paper. I just want to tear my edges. I don't think the edges are going to be seen. I normally use deli paper for this, but I have heard that if you use tissue paper, it just absorbs right into your background. So I thought, well, I want to try that. Okay, I think that that's what I want to do. I'm really liking how this is looking so far. And just to put a few finishing touches, I want to take my oil pastels and go around my edge. And I don't know why this is just all but invisible, but this is not, unless, no, it's all the same. I don't know. Okay, I think I'm going to call that finished. I love how it turned out. I wish that I had used a little bit brighter paper, but I still am very pleased with the way it turned out. I'm loving working in my Road Atlas journal that I made. I just can't get over how nice the pages are to work on. Even though there's a lot of texture, I just think it's really cool. It's like big leather pages. Anyways, that video, how I made that, is on my YouTube channel if you want to check that out. Hey, thanks for joining me today. I really had a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed the way this turned out. It would be so awesome if you'd hit that like button, subscribe, and even comment if you so choose. I hope you'll join me on my next video. Thanks, bye-bye.